Hello, Taurus, and welcome to this, your June 1st through June 15th reading and predictions. This is a general reading intended for anybody born under the sign of Taurus, as well as anybody else with a significant amount of Taurus in their charts. For those of you who are returning, thank you so much for coming back. You will notice that I am in the same location. I am still in Medicine Hat, Alberta, and I'm still in my cousin's man cave. And I'm probably still wearing the same clothes that I was wearing last month during your reading because it's still freezing here. I can't believe it. For those of you who are new here, a very warm welcome to each and every one of you. Let's get started. For those of you who are new here, when I pull the cards, I pull out all of your cards initially. I leave them all sitting face down on my work surface until I'm actually ready to read each and every one of the cards. This allows for more of the psychic or intuitive energies to come out in a more authentic way, rather than me seeing the cards, my conscious mind going, oh, I know what that card means. Okay. Taurus, let's get started with some cards about where you're at now. All right, Taurus. End of May, as I record this video, with the intention of covering the time period between June 1st and June 15th, 2023. Taurus. Okay, that was interesting. 2 cards jumped out already. Is there anything else for the Taurans? Oh, that one landed right on top of the others, which is unusual. And we've got another one and another one. Okay. All right. Okay, Taurus. The next card that we're going to pull for you, Taurus, is going to be, what are you focusing on? Let's have a look at what you are focusing on. Taurus. What are the Taurans focusing on for early to mid-May? Okay. All right. The next card that we're going to pull for you, Taurus, is going to be a card of difficult influences. What is challenging the Taurans here for early to mid-June? There's one, and another, and another. Is there anything else in the difficult influences for Taurus? Okay, I'm not going to count those because I kind of threw them. But I am going to yank that one out because it decided it didn't want to rejoin the deck. Okay. That one, that one, that one, and that one. I like to put them in the order in which they came out because sometimes that's really important when we see the cards that are surrounding another card. The next card that we're going to pull for you, Taurus, is going to be a card that just makes sense. Cards that just make sense serve 2 purposes in the reading. One of the purposes is to tie everything else together, especially if the reading seems to be a little bit disjointed because there are a lot of cards jumping out, which is the case here. There are quite a number of cards that have come out for you already. Or the cards that just make sense may have the identical meaning to another card somewhere else in your reading, thus giving you that double reinforcement that the energies intended behind that card are really important at this time. All right, card that just makes sense for Taurus at this time, early to mid-June. What makes sense? I'm gonna have to go through the deck a second time. There's one. Is there anything else that just makes sense? Anything else that just makes sense for the Taurus this time? Yes, not. Okay. Next cards that we're going to pull for you, Taurus, are going to be cards of unexpected. Let's see what is unexpected for you. Ooh, don't want that to fall on the floor. Had that happen a couple of times last month. Okay. All the cards that jumped out for you were near the other side of the deck, and we've got a few more that have come out. And that one as well wants to come out. All right. See if we can get these in the order in which they came out. We've got those, that, those, and this. Okay. How many cards do we have here? I don't think so. I don't think you have 12 cards in your unexpected. So we're going to mix them up and see if we can narrow it down. Okay, that was interesting. Question is, okay. I guess we're reading all of these. Nope, we're not. There we go. Okay, the final cards that we're going to pull for you, Taurus, are going to be cards of your general overall outcome. Now, your general overall outcome cards are the cards that predict or project the energies that will be influencing you the furthest out. So come mid-June. I did just notice there is a card in here that is reversed. I'm going to just flip it over before I pull your cards. General overall outcome for Taurus for mid-June. I think that card's eventually going to fall out. General overall outcome for Taurus mid-June 2023. I'm seeing in my mind's eye another card on top of this one. Yeah. Okay, we're just going to leave this card here as a solo card for your general overall outcome, but I do suspect that I might be pulling another card to clarify that one as we move through your reading. Okay, where you're at now, you have the Mirror Guardian, you have the Direction Guardian, you have the High Priestess, you have the Snake, and you have the Lord. Lord, you have a lot going on right now, Taurus. All right, let's start with the Mirror Guardian. The Mirror Guardian's message is take time to reflect. This is asking you to step back into things in order to determine your correct path. This is a card indicating that you may be feeling a little bit lost at this time. It is indicating that you have completed something, that you've completed a cycle or something that you were working towards in your life is drawing to a close. And therefore, you're being called to take time to reflect and choose a new path or choose a new direction. So, for example, if you've had a project ongoing at work, yeah, I'm picking up like there is something that's drawing to a close. For some of you, that involves family, and you're closing off a cycle or something with family. That is for maybe 1/3 of you. For 2/3 of you, this pertains more to work or money. There's something coming up for me that you've been working on a project, you're working towards something now, whether that be a new job or just a new project in your existing workplace. It's coming in for me really strong that is drawing to a close. And so it's making you feel like you are a little bit lost right now, like you're lacking direction. So the cards are asking you to take time to reflect, choose a new path. And the way that you're being asked to do that is to harness your mystic powers. Okay, make your decision from tapping into the unseen world as opposed to tapping into that intellectual part of yourself or that mental part of yourself where you would normally make decisions from. Taurans have a tendency to make decisions from a very intellectual place. And this card is saying, as you as you choose your new path, you're being called to tap into something that's a little bit more mystic. That may feel uncomfortable for some of you, and yet it's very empowering to listen to our intuition and to listen to that still small voice that may appear as though it's coming from outside of ourselves when we're making decisions right now, Taurus. The other thing that you are being called upon to do is to let go of the past. This is a reinforcement of what I said here, that there is something coming to a close in your life. You're closing off a project, you're closing off a cycle or a part of your life. For women, it may be that you are stepping from maiden into your goddess years. It may be that you're stepping from your goddess years into your crone years. Either way, you need to let go of the past. Stop trying to hold on to something. Like I said, for some of you who are not female and don't get a monthly menses, this may be just that you're stepping into a new role. Could be that your kids are getting a little bit older and you're looking to the future about what you're going to do with your time as you're no longer caring for young children. Any of these types of cycles are what I'm feeling are coming to a close over here. And the only way that we can move forward from that is to let go of the past, shed our old skins. And as we do that, we're being asked to step into our new roles with authority. This Lord card, okay? Step up to the plate. Don't shy away from this change, Taurus. What are you focusing on? Okay, so Taurus, your first card in what you're focusing on here, June 1st through the 15th, is the maturity card. This card is the Ace of Rainbows, and it corresponds to the Ace of Pentacles. Aces in the tarot are all about new beginnings. Yeah, new beginnings for you. And what did I say over here? I sense that for a lot of you, this is about your career, stepping into a new project, maybe even stepping into a new job. And as I mentioned with the women out there who may be stepping into new roles, whether that be stepping out of the maiden years and into the goddess years, or out of the goddess years into the into the crone years. Again, this is about new beginnings, in particular about what you want to do with regards to money and career. And the best way that we can do that is to take charge with authority, let go of the past, tap into our mystic powers. And we're going to do that because we're coming from a place of maturity, right, Taurus? If we are closing off one cycle of our life and moving into a new cycle, we're doing so with maturity. It means that we have learned what we needed to learn from the last cycle. And we now have the opportunity to move forward, and we can move into adventure. Now, this card is the equivalent to the Knight of Rainbows, also known as the Knight of Pentacles, which means that something good is riding toward you. It's bringing you new adventures. It's bringing you new experiences. You'll notice the character on the card is stepping out of this sort of cloudy, dark woods and stepping into something that is bright and rainbows and just a beautiful future. What is challenging you at this time? What are your difficult influences? Okay. Your difficult influences are the Prince of Spring, also known as the Prince of Wands. This is indicating that you are experiencing a few challenges with regards to actually taking the action required to move forward. Something is challenging you in regards to moving forward. You're hesitating. Now, that's not surprising. It's not surprising, Taurus, because as we end out a cycle, we are typically in a comfort zone, right? When we start something new, as indicated by this ace. When we want to start something new, it means that we have to step out of our comfort zone. We have to step out of that which is familiar to us. And that can cause some of us to hesitate on that step forward. That's why this is in your difficult influences right now, Taurus. You have the Six of Summer. Six of Summer is the equivalent to the Six of Cups. This is indicating that something from your past is holding you back from stepping forward into the intended new future for you. You have the Strength card in your difficult influences, June 1st through June 15th. What does this mean? It means that you're having trouble taking charge with authority, right? You're having trouble stepping into your own strengths. Are these challenges impossible to overcome? Absolutely not. They're being brought to your attention so that you understand why you are hesitating to take action, why something is coming in from your past to challenge you. It's going to create a situation where you need to exercise great strength in order to be able to move into this new cycle. The last card that we have here in your difficult influences is the Zero card of the Major Arcana. In this particular deck, it's called the Dreamer. In the traditional tarot, it's called the Fool. What is this telling me, Taurus? It's telling me that you're having difficulty stepping into your mystic powers. You're having trouble stepping forward, taking that first leap of faith into this new cycle that you're being called towards. How do you deal with that? The answer is in one of the first cards that came out for you, the Snake. Let go of the past and step into the future with maturity and look forward to the adventures that are coming up for you, Taurus. The card that just makes sense. The card that just makes sense is your Mystic Healer. Interesting that you have harness your mystic powers here with the High Priestess coming in, and now you have a card that's asking you to tap into your mystic healer, tap into that mystic part of yourself in order to help you get over this hump, to heal the past. The mystic healer comes in when we have wounds that need to be healed from our past. And as you move through that wounded child, as you move through that healing, all of a sudden, new beginnings and new adventures appear. Let's have a look at your unexpected. All right. Unexpected. You have another Knight here coming in. So here you have the Knight of Pentacles. This card is the equivalent to the Knight of Pentacles, this adventure card, meaning that adventure is riding in towards you. And in your unexpected, you have the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is indicating that you are finally going to find your strength here, June 1st through June 15th, so that you can ride forward with that strength and power. The Knights are all about riding in, raising up your swords, something new coming in towards you. It's about letting go of past losses so that you're able to move forward. The other card that you have here in your unexpected is the Eight of Swords. And the Eight of Swords is interesting here in your unexpected because the character on the Eight of Swords is blindfolded and tied up and surrounded by swords stuck into the ground, thus giving the impression that the character on the card is trapped. With all of this going on, Taurus, I'm sensing that you feel like you might be trapped. The reason that this is interesting coming up in your unexpected is because when the Eight of Swords appears, we may feel like we're trapped, but our empowerment comes from the realization that we were the ones that trapped ourselves. We tied ourselves all up in knots by thinking about the past, by staying in the past, by not releasing the past, by not moving forward. Okay, all of these things cause us to feel like we are trapped, like we are bound up. The only people that can bind us up and keep us trapped in the past is us ourselves. And so this coming up in your unexpected influences, to me, is reminding you, Taurus, that when you finally let go of the past and you step into your strength and your power with the authority of the Lord, and I'm not talking about the Lord here as in God, our Savior. I'm talking about a Lord as in someone who is the master of their own life. When you step up with strength and with this card in mind, amazing, magical things are going to happen, and you will no longer feel like you were bound up and that you were trapped. That is the magic of the unexpected that's coming in for you. I can't make this up. The final card in your reading, remember I said, I'm not sure that you only need one card here, but we'll see come the end of your reading whether I need to pull a clarification card. I don't need to pull a clarification card for you, Taurus. You have the renewal card. What does the renewal card tell us? It tells us to look to the past, see what served us in the past, bring that forward, and release the rest and let it go, because we are starting a new cycle. Okay. In the major arcana of the tarot, we start at 0 and we move up to the card number 21. It is as if when we move from the 0 all the way up through the 21st card, we're going through a life cycle. We start off with the Fool card, the Dreamer card. We start off with being a little foolish, with being a dreamer, with having no knowledge and setting off into the great big world. And then each of the major arcana cards give us a message along the way, and we grow along the way. We grow along the way. So we move from the 0 card into the 20th and 21st card as a cycle in our lives. And that's what I've been talking about all the way through, right from the first cards that we looked at today, right straight through to your general overall outcome. You, Taurus, are closing out at this time, early to mid-June. You are closing out some kind of cycle in your life. That's what this card indicates. And you are going to begin to explore what served you in your past, and you are going to bring those lessons forward, and you're going to look at what no longer serves you, and you're going to shed it like the snake like the skin of a snake as it's growing. Honestly, English is my first language, and I still stumble over all of my words. Yeah, this is about, you can plan a very bright, brilliant future for yourself by building upon the lessons of the past and letting go of that which no longer serves your highest good. Renewal. All right, Taurus, thank you so much for being here. If this resonated with you, I would love it if you would hit that like button. And as well, I am available for personal one-on-one card readings. If that is something that you're interested in, check out the links below. Thank you again, Taurus, and we'll see you in the middle of June.